watching.
Why even move the floor? Yo, shalom, shalom. Amaji wapanya hamura. Kahalayla, Alahayinawa.
Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua, Bashim, Kakodash.
Alright, shalom once again. Give double honors about the elders great millstone. Shalom, shalom to all you brothers out there teaching truth and sincerity. Alright, may the Hebrew Israelites back here once again to prophesy the downfall of Esau's kingdom and to bring remembrance to the children of Israel, which consists of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, to bring them back to our power, which is Yahweh. Alright, through our Lord Yahushua, so it's Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua. Alright, Yahweh means he is, in the Hebrew tongue. Bahashim means in the name. Alright, Yahushua means he saves or he delivers, in the Hebrew tongue. Alright, the one line that is against us, session is edifying unto your brothers out there, or exhorting unto your brothers. You know, we're going to ultimately roll in the spirit. As usual. So we're going to, you know, we didn't get to finish 2 Peter chapter 3. You know, so we're just going to continue from there, and if the whatever the Spirit wants, we're just going to roll with that. All right, and just to put it out there, you know, this is a copyright disclaimer. We don't claim any of this music or anything like that. All right, so yeah, let's get started. Let's read it. We start at the top again.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by the way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of words which were spoken before by the holy prophets.
Yeah, and there's no excuse. There's no excuse on not hearing the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. There's no excuse, because there's a constant reminder being pumped in day and day out by brothers across the four corners of the earth. All right, does somebody want to get that? Day after day, utter speech, night unto actual knowledge.
Psalms 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of Jehovah, and the firmament showed his handiwork.
Yeah, and that's, you know, that's talking about these so-called satellites, man. All right, these so-called satellites, they inhabit the firmament of the earth. All right, they inhabit the firmament of the earth. All of the stuff that comes on the internet, they go to a satellite, and then they bounce off the satellite and go to the designated location. All right. So those satellites are inhabiting the firmament of the earth. All right.
Day unto day utter speech, and night unto night true knowledge.
Yeah, and just as that says, day unto day, brothers make videos, because majority of the time the brothers make videos during the day. All right, and when it's nighttime for brothers on the other side of the earth, they can watch those said videos or live streams for the brothers in the daytime over here and gain knowledge from them, edification. All right, I think that was it there. Yeah, actually continue.
There is no speech nor language where the voice is not heard.
Yeah, so this internet literally goes to the four corners of the entire earth. That's why this internet exists. This internet exists for the very purpose, for the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to reach across the four corners of the entire earth. That was his entire purpose. All right? And yeah, so just like it says in 2 Peter, it says, it says, to stir up your pure minds and way of remembrance. So once again, there is no excuse for you not hearing the words of the prophets of 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕐𝕍𝑒𝕠𝕠𝕟𝕒𝕓𝕝𝑎𝑐. Alright?
Really? Oh, yes, it was
Now that I now write unto you in both, which I stir up your pure mind by the way of remembering, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandments of
To be
us.
mindful of the words of the holy prophets. You know? And it says a wise man shall be occupied in prophecy. Right? That wise man shall be occupied in prophecy. And a lot of the brothers, they constantly pump out news and everything in their videos. Alright? And those videos, once again, like we said in the last camp, those videos are the modern version of letters. When you record something, back in the ancient times, when you record something, you write it down on paper. And when you send it out to something, that's considered a letter. Alright? And videos nowadays, those are pretty much letters, but in a form of a visual and audio, instead of being written down in a visual way.
This is and of the commandments of us, the apostles, and of the Lord and Savior.
Yeah, and that commandment is mainly keeping this word, man. To constantly keep your mind up in the way of remembrance, so you can remember why you're coming out here to do this work. All right. This work is the greatest work on the four corners of the earth. And brothers, though the truth started over here in New York, in Harlem, you know, brothers on the opposite side of the world is getting this word and doing the work. You know, and 𝕐𝔸ℍ𝔸𝕎𝑎𝑠 for that. You know, because that word eventually reached onto you, the one that is listening to this word which we are speaking to you, to this letter, you know, that we're speaking to you, you know, the ones that are sincere, you truly understand this word. And praise ye 𝕐𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕐𝕍𝑒𝕠𝕠𝕟𝕒. Because this truth is not of us. This is a miracle in itself. You know, just so happened to stumble across that letter, just like what it says in Habakkuk. It says, write it plain upon tables, that he that readeth shall run. He that runs shall readeth it, or something like that. Rough the paraphrase, you know. We so happen to run right into it, you know. And it's not coincidence that we run into it. It's all preordained by 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕐𝕍𝑒𝕠𝕠🔮. Just as the scripture say, it says, how can a man know his own way? You know, the 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕐𝕍𝑒𝕠𝕠𝕟, he puts our duties in our sleep. All right. So everything is designated, man. And I don't want to wrap this out that we keep this work, because there's going to be certain men that learn this truth and they fall off. And we don't want to be one of those men. So that's why we got to constantly watch those videos. Those videos are a way of remembering why you do these things. And to keep up your hope and faith. So when Yahushua comes back, you won't be ashamed. Right? You keep up this work, bro. All you brothers out there. Alright? Let no man take your crown. Just as Yahushua says. Hold that which ye have. And what's that? That's your faith. That's your hope. And what's hope? Hope is what's it? No, it's like it. What's faith? It says faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And all we have is hope and faith, man. Because we cannot see our salvation physically, but we can see it afar off through our spirit. That's the water 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕐𝕍𝑒𝕠𝕠🔮. It's the water to 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕐𝕍𝑒𝕠𝕠𝕠, giving the spirit unto the brothers to constantly make videos. Because that's the department, you know?
2 Peter chapter 3 verse 3. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust.
Yeah, that's why the scriptures strictly speak. You know, that's why the scriptures strictly speak. It says, let not their incredulity, let not their, how does it say? Yes, 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 3. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. You know? I'm going to repeat that again a little later when the brother reads that part of it. But there's also, once again with what it says in Revelation, it says, hold that which thou hast, and let no man take thy crown. Because a lot of people in this world, man, they walk after the lust of their flesh. You know? And Bible shall repeat that verse again.
It says, knowing this verse, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts.
Yeah, and that's literally, that doesn't literally just mean a sexual lust or anything like that. Lust can be anything. When a man believes that he is right, he's lusting towards that belief. You know? And like that dude, like damn, this is a fucking scoffing, man.
Oh yeah.
You know?
The word lust in etymology is desire, appetite.
Don't just want to deal with him like that, man. And we're not ashamed of being out here, man. We're willing to be laughing stocks and everything like that out here. Nah, so there's that dude right now. He's got the long dress and shit like that. You know?
Another Jake here just passed by.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, tell her that's to shut up. But we're not ashamed of when we come out here, because those are the incredulity of the people, and we don't fear those incredulities, man. We rather suffer our shame now than suffer our shame when Yahweh Shah comes back. You know, we don't want that. We want to be rejoicing when Yahweh Shah comes back, man. These people, they don't understand, because just as the scriptures say, every man is right in his own eyes. That in itself is a form of lust. You got it. You got that etymology.
The etymology of lust is desire, appetite, inclination, pleasure, sensual appetite. For another meaning.
The big thing with lust is it says the desire. And a lot of people in this world, they desire to be right. They want to be right. They want to be the center. They want to be the main character. And we brothers here, we understand that we're not the main character. Yahweh Shai is the main character, man. Yahweh Shai is the main character. You know? We're just one of those important casts. I don't represent that we're part of the elect. You know? You got the star, Yahweh Shai's the star. Yeah, we're the main supporting cast. Yes. You know? And all of these people out here, they're side characters, but they desire to be that main character. They desire to be part of the attention. So you see in these movies, you see side characters, right? And they want to make their appearance show as much as they can on that one single frame. So they're gonna be like, yeah, that's me. You know, in that single frame. And then you watch the rest of the movie, you don't even remember that single frame.
And Yahweh Shai is the star, and Yahweh is the main star.
Yeah.
And also the director. Because some movies they got director also, and they also do acting. You know, in some movies. When they direct a movie, they get to be a character. You know, so the story mainly is Yahweh Shai's story, pretty much. You know?
I was that Yahweh's publisher.
He's the director, publisher.
He's the director. He's the director. Yahweh Shai's the publisher.
Oh yeah. I got mixed up.
And according to when the director, or sometimes the director writes the movie too, but when the
director writes the movie usually.
So sometimes when the writer writes a story, trying to make up trying to write a story on a book, a lot of times they write the end before they write the beginning. So and then they have to fill in the gaps and then to make up the whole book. Basically, Yahweh Shai is like that. Because he already declared the end from the beginning. So again, lust, it also goes with eager, wanton. Wanton is a low version of want, or unruly. Lascivious, wanton, playful, lustful. Okay, it goes to something else, but that's basically what it is. It's a desire.
Look at that down there. It says
it's eagerness. Pretty much.
It says It says the reason it changed is because of the Old English, but it says the Old English was based off of the words in the Bible translations. It says lust of the flesh. That's basically what it says, and then I think it says it in it says it in Latin. It's pretty much the same thing.
Verb. This to wish, to desire eagerly.
Yeah, you know that's a big thing too. Once again, a lot of people in this world, they desire to be right, man. They desire to be right. But when the truth is revealed unto them, the true right way, they see it as a lie because they desire their own way. You know, that's why the scriptures say, lean not into thine own understanding. Yeah. Look at that, they're hungry and starving, but they're going out to go purchase their own versions of food. It's like just like what the scriptures say. It says, "Come unto me. Why does thee buy bread and buy wine? You know, come unto me and buy bread and buy wine without money." Rep the paraphrase, and that's wisdom. You know, and that's what we're doing now. We're freely giving that wisdom out. We're freely giving that knowledge out. But people take wisdom and knowledge for granted, man. Not knowing that in what's coming up, when shit hits the fan, wisdom and knowledge is going to be stability, man. It's going to be your foundation to keep you up so you don't break. Because it's going to be a lot of men, even men with the biggest amount of muscles and shit like that, big muscle heads, they're going to be breaking down and screaming like women in that day, man. Alright? And these women are going to turn to puddles, you know? I'm exaggerating there, you know, as in they're gonna fall down on the ground in despair, you know, releasing all the fucking bodily fluids. And men are gonna be just like that. You know, you need wisdom and knowledge to be in that time, so you understand and keep your integrity on what is to come next. So you gotta keep yourself firm until Yahushua returns. You don't want him to see you in a shameful state.
That's why people don't want to get it, because this is the only bread right now. This is the truth. This is the only truth. There's no other truth. This is the only truth.
Yeah, this
doctrine,
is the only truth, you know, on the four corners of the earth, man. This is the only thing. And the reason people have a hard time believing this truth is because the truth is in the midst of lies. And that's why you have to do your own study. Because that's what the scriptures say. It says study to make thyself approved. Do your study and you can find the truth. You know? Because just like the scriptures say, it says a wise man looketh well in his goings. Roughly paraphrase. A wise man looketh well in his goings. And that's how you're going to find your way. You can't find your way if you have your eyes closed. You gotta open your eyes up to see what path you're taking. And we're warning you to wake up out of sleep, because it's high time to wake out of sleep. Shit hitting the fan is right around the corner. You know? Yeah. People hear our words and they don't take heed to them. You know, but so when shit hits the fan, they're gonna wish they took heed to it. And that's why we brothers here, that's why we brothers here are taking action on this word, man. You know, just like what it says in Ecclesiastes. You know, seek ye 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕑𝕠𝕟𝕒𝕠 in the days of thy youth. You know, when the days of the Lord, the days of the Lord draw, how does it go? Draw not yet, something like that. Rough the paraphrase. You know? Yo, shalom, shalom. 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕑𝕠𝕟𝕒𝕠 to all you brothers in the comment point. And that brother too, the KDC specifically, because that's the one we can see. 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕑𝕠𝕟𝕒𝕠.
But Jake, see, Jake, right now, Jake is like, right now there's bread, but Jake wants other things. He wants chicken, he wants pork, he wants everything else, but he don't want just bread. You know, Jake has always been spoiled. Jake always wants what he wants.
Yeah,
you know,
and you referring that in knowledge, in the ways of knowledge and wisdom. Just as Yahushua said, once again, I have to repeat it because I remember, I think I said it last week. I'm not entirely sure, but Yahushua said they strain in a net and swallow a camel. Like, why? Start at the bottom. Start at the bottom. Stop trying to go for the top right away. It takes a process to get there. You know, we mentioned that. Yeah, I remember it now. We mentioned that last week when we're talking about striving for a position of a job. That's what we're doing out here. Striving for the position of the crown. You know, to be a king, to be a God king. You know, that's what we're working out here, and that's what 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕒𝕪 is working us out here. And that's why we're going to keep our integrity even when we're in our lowest state. 𝕐𝔸ℍ𝔸𝕎𝔸𝕊𝕑 like 𝕐𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕒𝕪.
Jake was just want to jump on top really quick.
Yeah.
It's like he makes peace, but he was very unmitigated.
Yeah, that's a good.
You know?
That's a good example. Yeah, Joffrey from Game of Thrones. He was not yet in his basically his foster father. I'm gonna have to say because it's not his true father, the king before that. He said, "I wish I raised you better," before he died. You know, but Joffrey took up the crown at a young age, but he was not yet ready to be a king. He was way too spoiled. You know, the father, which is the fat guy, you know, which is not his true father. That's why he says his foster father. He didn't yet discipline him yet. He didn't discipline him just yet. And Joffrey took up the crown at a young age. He was extremely spoiled at the fact that he's royalty. He took no consideration in those that were poor. They hated the people of the city. They hated Joffrey. You know, they threw shit in his face, man. You know, and you know, the people out here, how they desire the prize before the process. They'll be similar to Joffrey. You know, how did Joffrey die? Joffrey just straight up died. He got killed.
He had it coming.
Yeah, he had it coming, man.
So it's the same thing with Jake. Jake just want to be right up there already.
Yeah,
right up
you
there.
gotta go through a process so you could be a good and just king. You know, I mean, look for example, Jon Snow. You know, Jon Snow was seen as a capable king. Why? Because he grew up in a royal family. He was not treated as royal, completely royal. He didn't have the full title. All right, and then he went to Castle Black, all right, which is the wall. And he learned how it is to be in that lower state, and not just that, he learned how brotherhood felt. He felt that allegiance with brothers.
You gotta identify with the truth. You gotta become as one.
That's a big thing too.
You know?
That is a big thing for a king to understand the allegiance of brothers, to understand brotherhood. And that's one of the things that we have to learn in this truth. Because a king that treats his friend, treats his brother like a friend, is a really good king. You know, and even treating his enemies like friends.
Why?
You know, like teacher, what's it? How does it? How does it say? Know your enemy better. Have your enemy closer than your friend, or something like that.
Except my enemy is my friend.
No. To know your enemy, you have to be close. I don't know, something like that. I forgot how it went. You know, because he eventually made an allegiance with the Wileys. But this is beside the fact. But I'm trying to apply it to the fact that he put aside anger and anything that he felt towards another basically doctrine of life. Right? He put aside that anger. You know? And he chose the just decisions. You know? And it's just like, because this is basically aside the point, so I just want to bring this out. Once again, I think I mentioned it a few weeks ago, but the apostles, they have this they still have this respect towards the brothers of the other doctrines. Though they're not teaching the doctrines, they're still teaching that they're Israelites. And they still treat them with all humbleness in mind. And we brothers of this truth, we gotta we gotta practice that. You know, we gotta practice that type of thing. You know, be humble, always, always be humble. Because when you're in this truth, you're being made into a greater position. Remember, you're being forged into a king. And just as the scriptures say, it says, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor in the eyes of 𝕄𝕚𝕟𝕚𝕍𝕠𝕠𝕠𝕠.
I gotta stress it.
That's in, let me see if I can get that. You can say that.
You got to stress it in a sense, not just like brotherly, but you know, you could rebuke them if they go off. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, it may seem mean, but so be it. You know, those are the words. You know, there's soft rebuke, there's hard rebuke, but you know, they're hard-headed, rebuking hard. You know, they don't want to get it. That's the only way to do it. There's no other way. You can't speak to them all the time. You know. Now it's a commandment that we could be humble. We should be humble. But there's a time that if they go off, because that's basically when they go off, they're pretty much against the scriptures. So you gotta rebuke them.
I think it's around here. I think.
I got another on
Yo, shalom, shalom. Once again, 𝕄𝕚𝕟𝕚𝕠𝕟𝕒𝕚 𝕄𝕚𝕟𝕚𝕠𝕟𝕒 to all you brothers on the comic book. Right? Oh, you should hit that up.
This is from KDC, 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 5. If a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully. Right. So that basically, you know, and it's true. You gotta grow. You gotta grow. As you grow, it's you learning with it. You don't just jump up there. You don't just jump up there and now you think like oh I'm the shit. No, it doesn't work like that.
Shit, that's a big thing. A lot of men of this world, they have this high-minded attitude, man. You know, they like as if they wear a badge on their forehead. All right. Remember, Yahushua told us not to do that, not to rival against ourselves. You know? Because men of this world, they do that. When they get a certain position, like for example, damn, I always use the hallway monitor as an example. A hallway monitor in these children's schools, man. All right? They act like they're the shit. Like their shit don't stink. They wear a badge on their forehead. Like you see what I got. You should listen to me. Like no, don't do that. No, you brothers, you treat each other fairly. You treat each other with respect, man. And there's brothers to take an account of this truth, of this doctrine, GMS. You know. There's brothers to take an account as an example of how to be brotherly, like the brothers from Boston. You know, you see how the brothers coordinate with each other. You know, the elders, how the elders they still have that humble position, but they still have that respected position by the brothers because they're humble. And if that humble elder tells the brother not to do this, not to do that, the brother's going to take heed to it. Because the brother respects the elder. Because he's humble. The elder is not boasting in his position. You should listen to me because I'm your elder. No. You know? Don't do that type of shit. Alright? We're not of this world. We're in the world, but we're not of the world. Remember that. We're completely different from this world. Alright? Don't have the mindset of the world we're coming into this truth or anything. Remember, put that shit off. Put it off, man.
Ecclesiastes 21 and 21. Learning is unto a wise man. From Ecclesiastes 21:21.
And it says,
learning is unto a wise man as an ornament of gold, and like a bracelet upon his right arm.
Thou. No.
heart. So when you learn this truth, you got to learn in patience. You know, in what you're learning, you take your time as you learn. You know, you don't rush into it. You know, it's like you're being refined, pretty much.
I you know, it goes all the way down here. Here it is. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse. Oh snap! Oh snap! Let me start at the beginning, because this goes hand in hand. This goes hand in hand with that one scripture talking about that basically that the apostles, the elders are pretty much fathers to us brothers who are younger than them in the faith. All of us brothers, even if that brother is older in age but not of faith, that dude is still like the elder of the truth is still like a father unto that older man. You know, so this is pursuant to I think it was Timothy. I'm not entirely sure, but it was I think it was Paul or Peter. I always get confused with them, but he was talking to Timothy, and he said that they were like that Timothy was like onto a son to him. You know? Damn. Oh, I yeah, let me see if I can. Let me get into that. Let me see if I can find it. All right. Damn it! Fucking page. Get my language. Yeah, there you go. It's my own son in faith. See? There you go. See, the apostles, the elders of this truth are literally like our fathers in faith. We literally, that's how we respect them. We respect them like a father. Like we would show our respect towards our father. You know? It's the same mindset. You know? So, I can just read that down to 2.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 1. Paul, an apostle of Hamashiach Yahushai, by the commandment of Yahweh, our Savior, and our Lord Hamashiach Yahushai, which is our hope.
Yep.
Unto Timothy, my own son in the faith.
My own son in the faith. Yo, that like when I heard that the first time, like, yo, that gave me goosebumps just for the fact that like how we were treating the elders, the apostle elders. You know, it was of the faith. It was like it was through our spirit that we just have like this respect for our apostles and elders. You know, because they walk in the ways of Yahushua longer than we have, and just how we respect our fathers, just for the fact that they live longer than us. They have more wisdom. They have more wisdom from experience and everything like that than us, and we respect them for that. So it's like that same mindset, but through the spirit.
So, like, put it in more spiritual perspective, when you show respect unto an elder, you know, by the spirit, you basically show respect to Yahushai, and you know, and then goes right up to the Father. You know, it's that order of things. You know. Unto Timothy, my own son in the faith, grace, mercy, and peace from Yahweh our Father, and Hamashiach Yahushai our Lord.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it there. I'm gonna read a little bit of Ecclesiastes chapter 3, and then we're gonna continue with 2 Peter. All right, so this is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "Hear me, your father, O children, endure therefore thereafter, that ye may be saved. Yahweh had given the father honor over the children. It had confirmed the authority of the mother over the son. Yeah. It says, whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sins. Alright, now you can apply this both ways. The apostles and elders, alright, and for your own blood father, your own father. You know? It says, and he that honoreth his mother, the mother, is one that layeth up treasure. It says, whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children. And when he maketh this prayer, he shall be heard. Damn. You know? And that's why Yahweh shall say, honor thy father and honor thy mother. You know? And that is to make an equal relationship. Don't hate your mother and father. You know? Don't hate them. You know? You could dislike what they do, but never hate your mother and father to the point that you can throw them under the dust, throw them under the rug. You know? What does that mean? You know? Like fucking what's a good example, man? Yeah, that's true. That yeah. You know, straight up killing his own mother and father, fucking disembodied what do they call it? Dismember them, and then liquefy the remains. Yeah, that's just fucked up. But that's a different thing. You know? It says, he that feareth Yahweh 𝕊𝕍𝕠𝕟𝕚 will honor his father and will do service unto his parents as to his master. Yeah, that's true. And that's why though, I mean, sure, it gets annoying after a while just for that's just a flesh. But when your mother or father tell you to do something, you do it. You gotta do it. You know? That's what it says, to be service like unto a master. Man, oh man, don't I have tails as hell. Tails to say. Damn, I know that experience, and the water 𝕊𝕍𝕠𝕠𝕠 even put me in that experience. Because, man, I had to do it. I'm pretty sure all of his brothers, we had to do errands for our parents. You know, whether it had to be going out to get milk or going out to get something to eat for the parents or anything like that. You know, those type of things. You know, all of it, and chores is a big thing as well. Chores is the most common thing. All right, chores is the most common thing. All right, it says honor thy mother, father and mother. It's like honor thy father and mother, both in word and deed, that a blessing may come upon thee from them. It says, for the blessing of the father establishes houses for his children. And what does that mean? Because usually the father will give the son an inheritance, usually the firstborn. All right, usually the firstborn. But if the father has enough, he can give houses to the other children as well. You know, and that you can see that still commonly known in Ishmael, in the customs of Ishmael. They still do that shit. You know, they give houses, they give furniture, they give all of this stuff like that to their children, especially when they're getting married. Because usually when a son is being married, or a daughter's being, usually the son, because not usually the daughter, because the father of that son which is marrying his daughter, and the father of that man has to give the inheritance to that son, which, you know, so it's a different thing there. But literally what I said was understandable. But the father has to give the son stuff, you know, in that custom. You know, we had that custom back in Israel, man. And that custom that Ishmael has is basically an Israelite custom. All right. So once again, it says, "For the blessing of the father establishes houses for the children, but the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations." Shit. It says, "Glory not in the dishonor of thy father, for thy father's dishonor is no glory unto thee." Yeah. That pretty much speaks for itself. It says, "For the glory of a man is from the honor of his father, and the mother is and a mother is dishonor. Dishonor is a reproach to the children. It says, my son, help thy father in his age, and grieve him not as long as he liveth. Yeah, and a big thing was when the apostles, especially when the apostles, back to applying the precepts, especially when the apostles get sick or anything like that, you know, the brothers, they send the apostles and elders herbs, man. They said they bombard them with herbs to help them get back to a healthy state. It says, and if his understanding fail, have patience with him, and despise him not when thou art in thy full strength. There you go. And a lot of men when they grow old, their mind downgrades. They downgrade. You know, whether they start acting like a child, or whether they start
just forgetting things,
or just simply being retarded. And retarded is not a bad word. Read means back. Tardy means to think, I believe.
Late. Tardy is late.
Tardy is daughter. Read means back and late. So it's back, being late thinking. You know? So it says, if his understanding fail, have patience with him, and despise him not when thou art in thy full strength. It says, for the relieving of thy fathers shall not be forgotten. Instead of sins, it shall be added to. Damn. For the relieving of thy fathers shall not be forgotten. And instead of sins, it shall be added to build thee up. It says, in the day of thine affliction, it shall be remembered, and thy sins also shall melt away, as ice in a fair warm weather. Damn, bro. You know, this applies to both sides. You know, when you hear our parents always say, how are you gonna take care of me when you get old? When we get old? Well, in my mindset, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Because we don't know how it's gonna be. But dang, just straight up stole my water and offered it to other people.
I was sharing water.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. I was just making a joke off of it. Alright, so continuing, it says, for the relieving of thy fathers shall not be forgotten, and instead of sins, it shall be added to build thee up. It says, in the day of thine affliction, it shall be remembered, and thy sins shall also melt away as ice in a fair warm weather. Once again, this applies to both the blood father and the apostle elders. So this is truth, man. We got to take care of them, man. We got to take care of them. And when I heard the brothers, when I heard the apostle elders saying that for the brothers to start sending them so much herbs, you know, it put a smile in my face. It put a smile on my face just for the fact that, like, at least you're getting herbs at all. It's like, damn. And I think that's still really good. Like, when the apostle elders, they get herbs and stuff like that, and the brothers, just so many brothers sending so many herbs at the same exact time, and they just got a whole pile of it. You know? And I think that's cool. Alright, it says, he that forsaketh his father is as a blasphemer. He that angereth his mother is a curse to the Most High. You know, and it's a big thing. It's a big thing when the woman, when the mother is a righteous woman. You know, and the father's a righteous father. It's a big thing there. Though your father and mothers are not in the truth, still have respect and honor towards them. You know?
I'm gonna read this a little bit here. This is from 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕒𝕠𝕟𝕒𝕓𝕝𝕒. Matthew 15:4, for Jehovah commanded, saying, honor thy father and mother, and he that curses father or mother, let him die to death.
Yeah. So basically what that means is that, especially since there's a lot of parents that don't know the truth, you know, if they tell you to do things that basically would cause you to sin, don't do it. And 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕒𝕪 will understand, you know. But if it's something that you can do, and it's within your ability to do according to righteousness, do it. You know, that's how you honor your mother and your father. Always show respect unto them. You know, always show respect. Right? Now I understand it. I understand fully if it's hard to show respect towards a mother and a father that basically curses the Most High. But still respect them as much as you can. That's the biggest thing. As much as you can. Because that's what it's a thought that counts. Continuing, it says, this is my son, go and this is basically the main point. It says, my son, go on with thy business and meekness. It says, so shalt thou be beloved of him that is approved. And who is approved? Yahushua. Yahushua is approved. You know? It says, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself. And thou shalt find favor before Yahweh. It says, many are in a high place of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. So it says, for the power of 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚 is great, and he is honored of the lowly. And that's it. Yeah. You know, that's basically the main point there. You know, we gotta show reverence towards the apostles and elders, man, like we do unto our own fathers. And you know, I forgot what the real point was, you know, because we're rolling in the spirit. But you know, so you got a precept. No, you can continue. Continue repeating. Oh, you repeat that verse actually. And then continue.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 2. Verse 3. Just knowing this verse, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation.
That's a mindset of this world, man.
It says, for this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of Yahweh the heavens...
Just a quick one. That's a KDC 3 Ecclesiasticus.
Oh yeah, you know that's actually a hot scripture, man. Read that. We could actually read that before we continue on that, because I'm gonna say it's like the entire.
Oh, you want to read the entire Ecclesiasticus?
Ecclesiasticus from 18 all the way down, because it actually goes into the same thing with what we're just talking about, and that's a hot ass scripture, man.
Okay, so you can read it.
Yeah. Unless you want to read it. It's like start at 8. Start at 8.
Right.
No, not yet. That's a hot scripture. And it you know, we just apply as much as we can to that, and then we just go back to that. I don't remember that.
It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 18.
The water for that precept, man, because that hit me in the spirit.
My son, gather instruction from thy youth up, so shalt thou find wisdom till thine old age. And that's the thing, you know. You know, a lot of jakes, they don't want to listen. So there's going to be another kind of teacher, and that's the rude one. Yahushua, he's going to put it out there for you.
Yeah, and they put off that wisdom, that said wisdom. You know,
Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits. For thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon. She is very unpleasant to be unlearned.
Actually, instead of just reading all the way through, let's just jump to the point. This was going directly into wisdom, but I want to apply it. I want to apply it to the apostles and elders, because all of this wisdom and everything comes from the apostles and elders. From your youth, it's pretty much before the days of 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𕊍𝕠𝕠𝕟𝕒𝕠. That's the days of your youth. And when you're of old age, it says then you can start eating of basically start eating of the meats and stuff like that. You know, you're basically ready. You're basically ready when shit hits the fan. You're ready. You're manned up. You girded up your loins. You know, you're all girded up like a man. You're ready for that. Ready for that else too much. You know, and learning from your youth comes from our apostles and elders. You know, and the brothers on down. Oh no, you could just start at 34. Oh, start at 33. Oh, actually, start at 32. 32. And read down.
Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught.
If thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And that's why I have this mindset of like, that if a man comes up here, we have to be apt to teach, but that man has to be willing to be taught. You know, he has to be willing to be taught. We can't be apt to teach to someone who's not willing to be taught. We're just wasting our time. It's falling onto deaf ears. All right, so it's best that you just dismiss that man. You know, it's not really good to find edification off a man who doesn't even listen. You know, because the man is not going to take exhortation from it.
It's no different. It's no different than casting pearls on the swine, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know.
And so basically, what's applying here is that when you're going to go listen to the brothers, you have to be willing to be taught. You've got to be willing to learn. You're going to be apt to learn. Because the brothers there, they're fully well there to be apt to teach.
Again, Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent.
Yeah, how do you apply your mind? You apply your mind by taking the said words that you heard, all right, and basically studying into them, and then taking heed, which means taking action to that said saying. And a man that takes action to the instruction of these scriptures will do everything that he can to keep himself within the instruction of those scriptures. All right, to discipline himself. All right, to discipline himself within those scriptures, because these scriptures are they're literally the instructions of life. This is the doctrine of life, man. We gotta keep ourselves within the doctrine. And you'll be prudent. You'll be prudent by making sure that anything that you hear, anything like that, you can apply it to the scriptures and make sense of it. Rather than these people out here, you see this, like for example, when somebody's put to death, we understand why they got put to death according to the scriptures. You know, no wonder what I said was understandable. I feel like I'm all over the place, but I don't know.
Well, anything, if we grow in this truth, whatever happens even around us, we understand what's going on. You know,
that's a good.
In anything, it's being pretty much aware of your surroundings now, because now you have the spiritual understanding. Because 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕍𝕠𝕠𝕟𝕒 says this is how it is, this is how it's going to go, and next you know, that's how it's going. You know, and you go like, oh, I see.
Wise men.
If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding.
If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And hearing doesn't always just mean to go over and listen directly to that brother. You can literally listen and watch the brother's videos. Alright? Do not watch the videos if you're just going to play it for audio and not listen to a single thing that a brother said. because you may miss edification, man, or exhortation from thy brothers. You know? I don't get these people. You see, this is what I'm talking about. He started talking. He's like mumbling. He's mumbling.
He said brainwashing. He called us white boys. Man.
Look at his complexion.
That's
that's no different than us.
But
you know,
this is what I'm talking about. You know, this dude just walked across. This dude just walked across, scoffing. Like if you're gonna say something, stay right there and say it.
Or just listen and shut up.
Actually,
he
actually
might learn something. You know.
It's funny,
a lot of these jakes, they just pass by.
They just pass by while saying talking shit,
and they'll say things that they heard from somebody else.
He was insulting our complexion, yet he's lighter than us.
Alright, let's get back on point, bro.
And you know what? I was actually going to get to that pretty much in the spirit too. Another mistake is that even though this, even though this, the doctrine, this is the truth, the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, in which which we applying. Believe it. You believe this truth, but also put it into action. You
apply the words.
You get curious. You want to know more. You research yourself. Don't just be hearers. Be doers.
Oh, there's a scripture that says that. How's it go? Be ye doers. No. Because I can't remember the exact scripture. You can just apply the one that says, study to make thyself approved unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know? Study to make thyself approved. He lit it up. He lit it up. This one right here is. Oh yeah, you can start right there. Yeah, that's all right. Yes. You mentioned that a few times. We need rough to paraphrase it, so it's best.
Ecclesiasticus 12:1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Right. And once again, KDC, Ecclesiasticus 51:26. Put thy neck under the yoke, and let not your soul receive instructions. Let your soul receive instruction. She is hard at hand to find.
That's it. She's a treasure, bro. She's a treasure. Wisdom is that treasure, and we get that wisdom from our apostles and elders on down, man. Ultimately started from Yahweh Shem Yahushai on down. We don't get that. We don't get wisdom from anywhere else. This is the greatest treasure on the face of the earth, man. And it says the same thing in Ecclesiastes. In Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, it says the same thing. It says, "Put thy feathers in the yoke." Was it? Yeah, it says right here. It says Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 22. No, 23 says, "Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel. Put thy feet in her fetters, and thy neck into her chain. Bow down thy shoulder and bear her. Be not grieved with her bonds." And bow down is a representation of being humble. Alright? Bow down thy shoulder and bear her. Be not grieved with her bonds, because though wisdom comes with weights, but it's not that hard. The weights are not that hard, especially when you get used to it. You feel comfortable.
And now 𝕄𝕠𝕟 is carrying the weight.
Yeah. Remember what Paul said he was a Peter. Paul said that he was a prisoner of Yahushua. You know. It says, come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. That's what it means to be prudent. All right, with all thy powers, you want to give wisdom your all. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna make sure that all your ways are wise ways and not foolish ways. It says, search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. It says, for she is hard to find. She is hard at hand to find, especially in this world, in this kingdom, man.
You know what? Again, to let go. An example to let go. There's a lot of things that can cause that wisdom for you to let go of that wisdom.
And the end of it always ends up with them being a bug out, or worse.
And a lot of the things is falling out from this truth. First of all, you know, and there's also distractions, and there's all kinds of things that throw you off. There's a lot of stumbling blocks in this kingdom. A lot of stumbling blocks.
That's why she's hard to find.
Yeah,
you know? She's hard to find, man.
That's why it's so bad. For example, if you fall out of truth and you go back to the world, that's terrible. What's even worse is you falling out of truth, and you start following your own way.
Yeah, that's
even worse.
That's both worse. That's both worse. You know.
That's the worst thing.
Yeah.
They're falling off this truth, and they try to go against this truth now.
Yeah.
You know, that's a
blasphemy, bro.
That's a blasphemy already. You know, because you're basically going against the Father and Son.
Yeah. No. Shit.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, also known as Sirach. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in meditation thereof.
Occupied in meditation. Occupied in meditation. That's how you're occupied. That is how you're taking heed to things. And that's how you're being willing to be taught. He says, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. You know?
And you constantly rebuking yourself too. You know?
Yeah,
you know,
man, the flesh always gets in the fucking way. It always gets in the flesh. The flesh always gets in the way, and that's why you constantly gotta rebuke yourself. And remember what I said at last mini camp. You know, what was it? The flesh was it? The spirit is against the flesh, and the flesh against the spirit. Both of these are made contrary one to another, so that you may not do what thy will. Why? Because it's a forging process. It's an entire forging process, man.
And you're not just rebuking yourself, you're rebuking Satan. You know? But at the same token, Satan got a job to do. So you gotta rebuke yourself, because there are gonna be things that like you wanna open up a scripture, or you wanna watch a video, and next thing you know you get this these upcoming movie about, I don't know what the fuck this world going to, like, I don't know, Buzz Lightyear. I don't give a shit.
I feel like
you know, nonsense, main thing. You know, and then you gotta stop yourself. And you guys, man, let me watch this shit. Let me get out of this mindset, you know. You know, and let me there's some drama going on. You know, it could be in your household. You know, and then try to put you off. And then, but you gotta go and go back. Like, let me continue what I need to do. You know, there's all kinds of shit going on, and that's why you gotta stay focused no matter what. You know, some things will really vex the hell out of you, but you gotta put that mindset back in this truth. You know, and that's all kinds of principalities. It could be anything from bills. It could be a lot of things. So you got to keep meditating this truth no matter what. No matter what happens. Again, Sirach 39, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 1, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind unto law of the Most High, and is occupied in meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies.
Because this is the most beneficial book in all the words of the scriptures. It's the most beneficial words that will ever have an impact on your life, man. All right, and people literally take this word for granted because it has a bad image because it's so-called wacky-tacky Christians, man. You know, there's a bad image because they don't even read the Bible. You know, they just use it as a forefront, so the Bible has a bad image. But the entire book, the entire Bible, is literally an instruction book onto the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Believe it or not, you know.
They keep this.
Yeah.
This
𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕑𝕐 for giving unto us wisdom, so that we can see that thing. You know, because once again, it is hard at hand to find. You know, it's hard at hand to find wisdom, man. Because all of the lies of this world, man, all of the lies of the world, the truth is hidden amongst it. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. You know, and when you finally found that needle, you're gonna treasure that needle. Yes, I found it. You know, you'll be screaming in joy. You know, and you're gonna hold on to it with a firm grip because you don't want to fall it again. Like trying to search for it again, you ain't gonna find it now.
It's like looking for an SD card, but it has all your information, all the information you need in there. An SD card is, you know, back then they call it the needle back then, but in today's term, because a lot of time, and it's true, you know, a lot of Hakim got, you know, they got phones, you know, and there's SD card, you know, you drop that thing on the floor, you can't. It's hard to find in today's term, just to apply in this in the so-called modern world, because there's nothing modern about this game. Everything is going backwards, pretty much. You know,
Everything's degrading. So let's see it.
Degraded kingdom.
Everything's just molding away.
This kingdom is like a crunched, decaying cardboard milk carton or something. You know. That's how the buildings are from.
Head back. Yes, it's 3. Oh, was it bring it. No, 33.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 33. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise.
Thou bow thy ear. That's the thing, man. A lot of people that, once again, they're high-minded. A person who's high-minded, they're not bowing in the ear. You know, they're not bowing in the ear. And all these people out here in this world, man, all of them got high-minded because they don't want to bow down their ear to listen what we're saying. You know, they just walk past us saying, "Oh, so-called white, is it white boys freezing on the street?" You know. Oh, you're Israelite. You're white. You're stupid. That's what you are. You're stupid. Because you don't bow down your ear to listen to what we're saying. Because you people are natural blue beasts hating that which you don't understand. Damn. You people are stupid, man. Listen to what we're saying. Because it means your life. It means your family's life. Your woman, your children, your mother, your father. You know? Yeah, that just came right out of me. It really pisses me off because we constantly see that. And it's usually the southern kingdom. It's usually the southern kingdom the southern kingdom are the most, are the ones that we look after. The northern kingdom we look after, the southern kingdom. You know? But the southern kingdom is so high-minded, so puffed out, chest and everything, man.
This one right here, the one who passed by, that was the northern kingdom. It could be from Syrian or Ephraim.
Stupid people, man. All of our people are just stupid, man. You know? Listen to what we're saying. Bow down your ears so you can be wise. Stop leaning on your own understanding. Stop believing that your way that you're walking in your life is the right way. Because it is not. You're living in Esau's world, the so-called white man's. And this world is coming to an end as before your very eyes. If you cannot see that, you are blind.
In complete darkness.
You know?
Complete darkness.
You are in complete darkness, man. You know? And we're that light, the condemnation of the world. But no man wants to walk towards the light. Why? Because if you don't got a beard, we're going to call it out. You don't got hair, and you can grow hair, we're going to call it out. You smoke, we're going to call it out. You know? You eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, we're going to call it out. And no man wants to be called out on their mistakes. No man wants to be wrong. Because all you men and women, you're all high-minded. Especially the women, because they look after the men. And if the men are high-minded, the women are going to be higher-minded. Because all you men are simpletons. When the woman is supposed to be subject unto the man. You know? So, back at it again, damn. It's just the constant same thing that we encounter over and over and over and over and over and over again. With these people, I see what the brothers in the ancient times, they rent their clothing. That's how frustrated they were. They're like, why won't you listen? You know, like they're so fucking angry. Like they don't want to do anything else and fucking tear up their damn clothing. You know, well, they have the shirt is considered an underwear, so they usually rent their garment. Their garments was in the top, so they rent it. They're not going to be shirtless. You know, they're going to rent their garment. They're going to tear it in two. Usually it's sackcloth. They already got holes in it. So that shit's easy to rip.
That's why when the prophets get angry, you know, a lot of times it's the spirit 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚𝕊𝕒𝕠𝕟𝕒𝕏.
Yeah,
you know?
it is really,
you know?
because
we can only handle but so much. You know?
It really vexes me. It really vexes me in the spirit. How it's just constant same bad thing in the spirit. You know? It doesn't matter what complexion you are. You know? All of us are Israelites. You so-called blacks like you as Native Americans. You can look Chino. You can look like a so-called white man. Anything like that. If your forefathers go back into Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you are an Israelite. Alright? You are an Israelite. You cannot understand that? Then that's on you. You know? And a lot of brothers, you know, I don't like saying it. I don't like saying that 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕒𝕠𝕟𝕒𝕏 is going to destroy you. But it is the truth. You know? A lot of these people are high-minded. It really pisses me off in the spirit, man.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 34. Stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise.
Cleave on. Say that again.
Stand in the multitude of the elders.
The elders and apostles, man. You know? The elders, stand in the multitude of the elders. That means stand in the same room. Be with the elders and apostles. You know? Be with them.
And it's a sound doctrine, you know?
Yeah, it is a sound doctrine. Because everything that they pour out of their mouth is wisdom. They literally spew out wisdom from their mouth. And wisdom is a treasure. So taking heed unto wisdom, and taking heed means to be putting wisdom upon your neck, like a fetter of iron, and put it upon your limbs, and shackling yourself to the wisdom. You know, that is the most wisest decision, because you're gonna find favor in the eyes of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Yahweh is what this world calls God. Yahweh is his name. Yah means he, Hawah means to exist, or to be, in the Paleo-Hebrew tongue, which is ancient Hebrew, not the Assyrian Hebrew. Alright? Assyrian Hebrew is a modified version of ancient Hebrew, in a modern tongue with endings and vowels. Alright? And his son is 𝕄𝕚𝕟. Yah means he, 𝕄𝕚𝕟 means saves or delivers in the Paleo Hebrew tongue. Once again, not in Assyrian Hebrew. Assyrian Hebrew will be Yeshua. Alright? But it's not Yeshua. It's 𝕄𝕚𝕟. You got to go back because the Father doesn't change, nor does his name change. The Son doesn't change, nor does his name change. Time does not change with the Father. The Father is outside of time. Same as the Son, because the Son is with the Father. Alright?
Again, Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 34. Stand in the multitude of the elders. Cleave unto him that is wise.
Cleave unto him that is wise. What is the modern version of cleaving onto a brother that is wise? Watching their videos. When you're watching their videos on YouTube a lot, you're cleaving onto that brother and learning his wisdom. Because you're being willing to be taught. Alright? You're willing to bow down your ear. Yo, what's this brother got to say? Yo, he got out this precept. I never understood that precept. Brother breaks it down beautifully and you get goosebumps. You go, whoa. That's what it means? Because just like what the scriptures say, it says mysteries are revealed unto the meek. And when a man bows down his ear, that is humbleness, that is meekness. Why? Because you're willing to learn that you don't know it, but that brother knows it. So learning what that brother knows and that brother breaking it down, and it's understandable, and you go like, whoa, it's because that mystery's been revealed unto you. All right.
I'm gonna preach it. This is Proverbs chapter 37, verse 30. It says, the mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. This is the law of his power is in his heart, and none of his steps shall slide. Since the wicked watches the righteous and seeketh to slay him, the Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it.
What was that?
I think she pointed at Simeon and Benjamin.
Then it was
Oh, then it's pretty much Simeon.
Yeah.
Because she's Spanish.
Damn. And you were trying to call her out, but she was hard to hear. Damn.
She's probably all right.
Yeah, damn.
But she's sick.
That was a wise old lady, because she because most people come over here, they just interrupt, but she was listening to us. That's why I had to say the names and break it down, because she was listening to us, looking at the signs and stuff like that, and then she pointed at Simeon. It's a wise old lady. Usually women become wiser when they become old.
But still, it's not wise enough for the scriptures. Yeah. That's why they need to come. They have to come back from this.
Yeah.
And they have on that scripture. It needs to bind.
Did you finish the
bind
part?
them about thy neck?
Did you finish the part where it says you were reading the same in the same chapter? It says, "When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see." Just read that part real quick. That's one of my favorite verses.
I'm going to read it again, that verse. You can start at 33 and then 34 again. Psalms chapter 37, verse 33 says, the Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him.
Oh, shalom, shalom once again to all you brothers in the comment board. 𝕄𝕚𝕟𝕚𝕠𝕟𝕒𝕬𝕠𝕟𝕒𝕬𝕠𝕠𝕠𝕠.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, brothers lit it up, bro. Oh, you can read it.
Alright, fine. This is Psalms chapter 37, verse 33. It says, the Lord will not leave not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Just
Right?
wait.
Because that man is being prudent in his ways. Remember what it says? It says that thy sins shall melt as ice in a warm weather. You know? That's how it is. Yahushua said it, honor thy father, honor thy mother. Alright? Honor thy father, honor thy mother. That applies to both blood and the apostles and the elders. Alright? And the apostles and the elders, if you respect your fathers, you're gonna walk in those ways. You're gonna walk in the most righteous ways. If your father's not righteous, if your father's not righteous, you walk in the right and he's not teaching the righteous ways. When you learn of the righteous ways, walk in that ways. Alright? Because that's what, you know, that's what's more important. And then when the father passes away, and the father sees that in the spirit, he's gonna go like this. He's gonna be like, that's my son. You know, and he's gonna be happy. Even though he wasn't happy in his flesh, he's gonna be happy in the spirit, man. And that's what matters more. So if you're learning from the apostles and elders, and they're learning and they're speaking wisdom, it says be ye in the multitude of the elders. You know, because those are wise counsels. Those are wise teachings that the brothers are speaking.
The word prudent.
Oh, prudent.
Knowledge, deliberate.
Oh, it says prudent with knowledge and deliberate. It says knowing, skill, sagacious, circumspect, foreseen. You know, you gotta. That's a main attribute of a king, because kings need to foresee their actions they have to foresee the consequences of their actions before they decide.
Nice.
All right, and that's what it means to win the battle. Win before going to battle.
Exactly. It goes more into it. See?
Look ahead, prepare, supply, act with foresight. Act with foresight, knowing the best consequence for that said action, and choose the wisest decision out of it.
That's why some countries has
prudent rulers. Look at that. What is it? A careful, sensible march with sound judgment. And then it goes down with examples. Prudent rulers, a prudent manager, and a prudent hesitation. It's more prudent to hide than fight. Shit. Because you never know the outcome of that fight. You gotta choose. If you're gonna choose to fight, you gotta first be with confidence that you're gonna win.
that's the strategist comes in.
That's the strategy. That's why I said you win before you go to battle. Win before you go to battle. That's what it means to foresee the consequence of your action before you commit that said action. You know? Yahushua gave that to us, man.
Right now we're hiding in this truth, pretty much.
Yeah, we're hiding in the cloak of Yahushua.
Right.
That's it. We're hiding under the wing of Yahushua. That's what we're doing. We're not peeking our hand out to get something, man. No. You know, we're staying within Yahushua.
And hide doesn't necessarily mean because you're scared and you gotta hide somewhere. Hide is just means like you're covered. You're covered by His wing.
Yeah.
You know.
We're the body of Yahushua. Ain't no extra limb coming out of Yahushua because you want to go that way. No, man. The actions of the limbs go according to the action of the brain, man. And the brain is Yahushua. I think he was referring to when you guys were talking about how Babylon is literally degrading. But yeah.
Continue here.
Wait. Yeah, that precept, man. This is 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕒𝕪, I think 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕒𝕪, a 144 Messenger of the Truth 4.0. Hey, that's a lot of channels in. It says Proverbs 5:19. Let her be as a loving hind and a pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love. That's talking about wisdom, bro. Because that's what wisdom comes with comfort. That's why the brothers in the ancient sense, they were willing to be prisoners of Yahushua, to be willing to be prisoners of this work, of this truth. Because it's comforting. Nobody can tell me they can find comfort in this world. The first thing they will say is their money. But if you run out of money, then what? Because money wastes away. So if you have something that never wastes away, you're always going to be comforted. So nobody can tell me that they can be comforted in this world. You know, the only way you can be comforted in this world is if you have Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because this truth is true comfort. All right, knowing what is afar off, that's what's comforting me.
Even if you're catching all kinds of bullshit, all kinds of hell, all right, and just by going back into this word and knowing this word and you know, reading, going over it again, that's the comfort. You feel this sense of this hope.
Yeah.
You know, that you're gonna get out of this BS, what's called a kingdom. You know.
Yeah, that's good that you said hope though. You know, because all we have is hope. All we got is hope, knowing that it's going to get better. You know, that's what matters. It's a backpack. It's a backpack. Lift up the backpack. And then move the track button. There you go. But knowing that it's going to get better, that in itself is what keeps our integrity. And Kahalayim like Yahweh for giving us that wisdom, that we may keep our hope and that we may keep our faith. All right, knowing through wisdom that through our actions, through our wise actions, you know, that we can make it in onto that said joyness, that joyfulness, you know, through our hope, which is given to us through wisdom. You know?
What's good is that?
Yo, that's just good. Yo, my brother's making a video, GMS Spiritual Temple, and he's got a similar title. Let me see it again. The title is it says, knowing our power controls all things is extreme comfort, especially in these times. That is true, bro. Yeah, it's the spirit. It was just the comfort started hitting us, bro. Knowing that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua controls everything. That's why when shit hits the fan, we aren't worried about what's going to happen to us. Because Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, knowing that he controls everything, said that we're going to be safe, we are going to be safe. It doesn't matter how spooky the creature can look, you know, how creepy it can look. Could be looking at you with fucking big ass red eyes, glowing eyes, staring at you without blinking and shit like that, looking at you with bloodlust, and they go like, why? Because it's taking orders from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Doesn't matter how creepy, doesn't matter how cute, everything takes orders from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And like Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, bringing us into the truth, because this is the greatest treasure on the four corners of the earth, man. There ain't no job that could be compared to this. Go ahead, tell me to get a life. This is the life that I want. This is the life that I want. And the water Yahweh Hashem Yahushua be giving us this truth, because this is now my dream job. This is what I dream to be. What I dream to be is a king under Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Right.
You know? That's what I want to be. You people could go work under your CEOs. Go ahead. Don't be a corporate slave. You know?
Go further their career. You know, with
I'd rather be a godly slave. Shit. Ah shit. A prisoner of Yahushua, bro. Yeah. Damn. You can go ahead and own nothing and be happy. I'd rather own things and be happy. You know? And those things that I own were given unto me by Yahushua. You know? Call volume like Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. I don't want to represent that we're part of that number. All you brothers out there, pretty sure all you brothers out there think the same exact thing. You know?
That kind of goes for this. KDC 3, Proverbs 28:7. Whoso keepeth the law is a wise son, but he that is a companion of riotous man, shaming his father.
Yeah. Man, yo, you can see that a lot in the this world, man. You know, and it's not even, you know what's worse? When the father goes down to that same shame. You know, when they're both right, they're both the father and the son. I've seen news where a father and the son had a shootout with cops, both of them. You know, both of them had a shootout with cops. They both died. Or the son died and the father lived, and the father has to live with the guilt of killing his son because he raised his son to be like him. What a fool, bro.
I think I've seen that video.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit that happens, especially out here in New York, man. A lot of shit that happens.
It kind of goes with this too. Proverbs 13:20. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed.
A companion of fools shall be destroyed. That's why we rather not be like the people out here, man. We rather obey 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕍𝕠𝕟𝕒𝕪 to obey men. You know.
Kind of still goes with this one too.
That's how you know. That's how you know the 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚 is laying out the carpet for the next precept.
God, see, that's how we know it's in the spirit. You know, it's pretty much in sync.
Yeah, it's speaking the same thing. Remember the scripture say that.
Right.
Speak the same thing. You know, I noticed that ever since we brothers out here started, you know, coming out here on the streets, we noticed that's how you know the 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚 is working with us. It's because when we say something during camp, and then we finish up camp, and then we go home, and we watch some of the brothers' camp videos before they close up, they're speaking about the same damn thing. Speaking about the same topic, and sometimes get the same exact scriptures that you get out there in camp. And you go, whoa, like whoa, you just have this instant action where you put your hand on your head and you go mind blown.
Again, KDC, chapter 12, verse 1. Whoso loveth instruction, loveth knowledge. But he that hateth reproof is brutish.
He that hateth reproof. Shit. That's a man that doesn't bow down his ear. Because every man is right in his own eyes, man. You know, the only time we can feel right is when we're going according to the scriptures. But if our action is not according to the scriptures, we are not right. So if a brother is taking the scriptures and proving to us that our action is not right according to the scriptures, we're going to take heed to it, man. We're going to take heed to it. You know, like for example, look, I had longer hair before. You know, I had longer hair. You can see in former videos. You know, I had longer hair. It went down. You know, because they didn't get to cut my hair for a while. You know, and the brothers, you know, I got brothers telling me to cut it. You know, and I trimmed it down, thinking that it was enough. You know, because they didn't want to cut it all the way down just yet, and I got rebuked for that as well. So the spirit instantly hit me, and I started urging my dad, because it was my dad that was cutting my hair during the time, to cut my hair. And then I'm like, I don't even care anymore. Cut it. I don't want this feeling of falling off because I have this stupid hair. I said, cut it down. You know, and then he cut it down, and that was it. You know, the brothers were fine with it. You know, but now I always keep my hair down because I don't want it growing out too far. Yeah, I'd rather be prudent about it. It's a really stupid.
So many switches.
Oh, might as well make that brother. Let me see if I can. Yeah, you can. Can you do that on here? Oh, you snap! You already knew. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know you could do it through the app. Shit. I know, right? Sure. Yeah. It happened with the brother from Hawaii. This is some shitheads on his comment board being an asshole. Excuse my language. Alright, but I'm saying how it is. The dude was being an ass. And the brother was gonna make me a moderator. You know, and make all the brothers moderators because he forgot how to do it. Because he hasn't done it in a long time. So he knows how I feel. You know, I keep forgetting that you can even do it through the app. Yo, you make that brother a moderator as well. The Saints of Jersey. That's the brother. I sent the video last night.
What about
And if that brother's still here, the brother from Jersey, I saw that same exact thing over here in New York. You know, same exact thing. How all the clouds are all dark, and you got this one light that is brighter than all the clouds. But the moon is over here, so the moon is lighting up over here, right? But then you got that one spot in the clouds that is just bright. You know, it was just bright, and I do believe it was like over. It was over my block. It was over the block, over my block. I think I have pictures of it. You know, and there was also one that was like it was acting like a spotlight, but there's no spotlights around where we are up here in upper New York, man. There's no spotlights like that, you know. And it was just like you know, I was cheering. You just being in the clouds, not above the clouds, but in the clouds, just in the clouds. Because satellites can't see it from above if the chariot's in the cloud. Huh? Yeah. Just say something, bro. Here. Let me see if the brother's got any more precepts. We'll close up on that. Actually, we didn't even finish this yet. Okay, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse. I'm gonna start at 34 again. It says, "Stand in the multitude of the elders, and cleave unto him that is wise." It says, "Be willing to hear every godly discourse." Every godly discourse. Remember, it says, Bible construction. Somebody get the definition of discourse.
Discourse, right?
Yeah, discourse. Oh, you. Yeah, it's my fault. No.
Discourse. Watch me get it before everyone.
Yeah, he's getting that up. Don't worry about it.
Is
Discourse.
Discourse.
COURS.
Yeah, I got it.
I got it.
This is a written or spoken communication or debate.
Oh, you got definition.
I got definition. You
Oh,
said
he got entomology.
etymology.
This is discourse. It says late 14th century. It says process of understanding, reasoning, and thought. You know what the best godly discourse is that keeps ungodly men away from it? The law of rape. The law of rape. There is a law given by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, all right, onto the house of Israel, all right, which means house. I should say houses of Israel. No, I'm gonna say house of Israel just for that, for the embodiment of the whole family of Israel, all right. On how to deal with rape, all right, because rape was a common occurrence even back in the ancient times. The word rape means to seize, all right. It means to seize. When a woman is being held down, she's being ceased of her actions, all right. She's being ceased of her actions, and the most common godly discourse among brethren is that. And ungodly men, they stray away from that. And that's how you know who true men are. And to many men, if you actually think about it, that's not really even a dark parable. It's not even a dark saying. You know? It's not even a dark saying. Why there was a law for it is because if it so happens, just as every other thing, like a man being gored by one of his bulls, one of his cattle, you know, it doesn't happen commonly, but it happens. And when it happens, you know how to deal with it according to the laws. So once again, the most common godly discourse is discussing of the law of rape, and it keeps ungodly men away, and keeps godly men aright. It keeps them all together in the council of elders. The ones who are unwise elders, they leave that council. All right. And that's ultimately how Great Millstone was founded. You know, by unwise men leaving the councils and wise men grouping into the councils, because they're being confident in dark parables and being confident in those godly discourses. All right.
Another way for 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕑𝕠𝕟𝕒𝕬𝕠𝕟 pretty much sifting in and out.
Yeah, and here's the dark parables. It says, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. And dark parables and light parables, they're both parables of understanding. Let it not escape you. So when it so happens that a man wants to come over and try to discuss rape with you, you're going to discuss it according to what you have learned from your elders and apostles and what you truly understand. Not a parrot hear, parrot say, and not a monkey see, monkey do. All right? You fully understand, and you're gonna take action through your understanding and explain it. All right? And 𝕐𝔸ℍ𝔸𝕎𝔸𝕊𝕍𝕚𝕒 for even giving us that understanding. Because if our mind wasn't open up onto it, onto us to understand the law of rape, I don't know what the hell there is to understand about it. It literally says it how it is. And that's what the elders and apostles of Great Millstone have been trying to say. It says it how it is. What is there to debate about? What is there to stray away from? The law is there. The law has not been done away with. The law is there. There's nothing to stray away from. That's why a man that has wisdom is shackled to that wisdom. And what is the love of wisdom? Love is the keeping of the laws. And what is the laws? The law, sets, and commandments given unto the nation of Israel. All right. So the true brothers are going to be shackled to those laws. So what is there to discuss about them? That's because 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚 blinded their eyes. They cannot see it apparently, even though it's right in front of them, literally written in plain paper.
I got something. Okay, this is funny to say, but like the word "hurry up," like you say hurry up, but in Spanish we say rápido. The word rápido comes from rapid, but also it means rape too. So it means to take fast, just seize it.
Yep.
You know, but you know,
they're being ceased of their actions of what they were doing. Now they're doing this. They're being ceased. Cease means to stop.
There's another now one too. You know, rape, booty, prey, forceful seizure, act as snatching by force.
Act as snatching by force. Yeah.
You know?
That up here it says abduct, take, carry off by force.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's not force. It could be force, but you could also apply when you just grab something really quick.
Yeah. So when a person gets kidnapped.
Right.
So same word there. It means they have been ceased from their actions and been taken away by force.
Right.
Thus, rape. You know, but the modern term of rape would be of sexual use, and that it literally applies to the same things. All right, you cease the woman from her actions and ceased her to be your wife.
And
unless she was already married. If she was married and according to law, if she was married and she screamed, but nobody heard her, and she went off, she managed to tell somebody that she screamed, and 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚 knows, ultimately, and she screamed, and nobody came and helped her, that she's seen innocent, absolutely innocent. That man's to be put to death. Why? Because that woman, the reason she screamed is because she was already married. All right? She was already married. Now, if the woman screamed that she's not married, that man has to take her as a wife, but he has to pay the father for the damaged goods, the booty.
I gotta go back into that. Okay, like
booty means treasure.
Women back then were considered the spoils of war. So
yeah,
when you
it was a treasure. It was a treasure to a man.
A treasure.
A treasure to a man. That's what it says. Booty.
So exactly. That's what
booty.
I was going
Booty
to.
means treasure. That's like it. Yeah, it's like it.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So in today's term, it's like say shake your booty, but he said shake what?
Shake what you got good.
Yeah, exactly.
Shake what you got good.
Shake your treasure.
Yeah,
you know.
That's what they call. That's what they call treasure booty, and that's why they call booty as in a woman's butt, because that's her package.
Right.
All right, so let's get back to it. All right, it says, be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape you. If thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. What does betimes mean? Betimes means morning, or to be early. All right, and right now we're early. We're early. As did the apostle elders, they've been out here for 30 plus years, and we brothers out here, though we're late to this late to coming in. I said we've been doing this work for about 6 years now, I think. Not entirely sure. You know, don't quote me on it.
5.
I don't know. Somewhere around there. We've been here from 3 to 5 years, maybe 3 to 6 years, maybe somewhere around there. We're doing this work, you know. And though we're late to the party, from that 30 plus years, all right. Though we're late to the party, we're still early, because the doors of salvation still have not closed yet. That's why it says, seek ye 𝕄𝕠𝕟𝕚-𝕊𝕠𝕟𝕒𝕪 in the days of thy youth, when the days of the Lord come not yet, roughly paraphrasing. You know? Alright, so continuing, it says, it says, let thy foot wear the steps of his door. And what's that? You know, when you're going on YouTube and you have subscribed to a lot of brothers, you're in the council of the elders. You're in the council of the brethren. Alright? So when you're gonna go watch one of the brothers' videos, you're wearing the steps of his door. Especially when he's live streaming, you definitely wear the steps of his door. You came there early. Like, damn. Always when they're premiering and you're just sitting in there waiting. It's like you're sitting in the waiting room ready for it to start. You came early.
Some of them has, like, you know, some of the premiere has that countdown.
Yeah, it got the countdown. And you're like, Shalom, you're like early and nobody's in there. It says 0 views. But then it turns to 1 because you're the only one in there. And then the next one's coming and they can see your comment. That's how you know they came in early. Alright, so it says, let thy mind be upon the ordinances of Yahweh, and meditate continually in his commandments, and he shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thine own desire. And what does that mean? The thing that you desire, the thing that you want to know, it shall be given unto you to know. You know? Yeah, especially if you're seeking towards the crown, seeking towards that crown, you're gonna, you know, everything shall fall into place, just as Yahweh says. Everything shall fall upon you. You know? Yeah. You know, that was pretty much it.
I got something else.
Brother got some
No, we got a lot. We're trying to go with applying with what you're saying.
Yeah, where dark parables are, there he will be also.
God.
That's Ecclesiastes 30:39.
KDC 3, Ecclesiasticus 37 and 12. But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of Yahweh Shai, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry. Where dark parables are, he will be there also.
Yep. Where dark parables are, there he will be also. You know, because he's being confident in dark parables. He's you know, that's a godly discourse. That's a godly thing to talk about. Especially when you're applying it to something, man. It has more power if applied to something.
Alright, this is Lamentations chapter 3 verse 24. Yahweh is my portion, said my soul, therefore will I hope in him. Yahweh is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait.
Quietly wait.
For the salvation of Yahweh.
Quietly wait. And you know, another thing that Yahweh loves is when you pray for shorter days. Yeah.
You know,
pray for shorter days, because you're begging the Father.
Pray.
You know, but you're still patiently waiting for it.
God, pray for patience too.
Yeah,
pray for patience.
Yeah.
Pray for wisdom.
Long suffering.
Pray for more blessing for the Akim, for the elders mainly. You know. But mostly like 𝕄𝕠𝕟 said, just pray, pray, and pray. Pray anywhere.
Pray without ceasing. Pray without ceasing.
It doesn't have to be a long prayer. You could do a short prayer. It's like you talking to 𝕄𝕠𝕟.
I think we'll finish up on that. And then, yeah, we'll finish up on that.
This from KDC again. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 4. There is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. One Lord.
You know that one hope, literally, how you know that we got the truth is that there's literally no other doctrine that has that kind of mindset where we all know who's going to deliver us. We know that Yahushua is going to deliver us, but we know how he's going to deliver us. And that's through these chariots. If you look at the wacky tech Christians, they don't got that. They can't visualize how they're going to be saved. Some think that they're just going to be taken up into a cloud. Some things that a beam from heaven's just gonna appear, and then like that.
Some things that the heaven will just open.
And
there's a big hug coming their way. They
don't got that right mindset. So I can't speak for these other doctrines. These other doctrines are Israelite doctrines, but I know that Great Millstone, all of the brothers of this truth, we all have the same mindset. How Yahushua is going to deliver us, because according to what that angel said to I forgot who he said it to, but he said the same Yahushua was how do you say? No. It wasn't an angel that said it like that. It was I think it was Yahushua. He said something like I'm gonna be taken up from you, but I shall come and take you up also, or something like that. Yeah, it was Yahushua. It was in John, but I forgot how it was phrased. But yeah, it was something like that. Same as Yahushua was taken up, so we're gonna be taken up. Because these chariots, they're stationed over the elect. They are. You pretty much got your own angel that's pretty much patrolling it, like guarding it. You got a spiritual brother pretty much guarding you, man. And we believe that through faith. And I'm pretty sure a lot of brothers seen that chariot. Maybe it shows up, a few times. But majority of the times you just don't see it.
Ephesians chapter 4 verse 5. One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one power, and Father of all, who is above all, and through all, and in you all.
There you go. And we believe that through faith, man. We believe that Yahweh, the Father of all, is above everything. So we don't have to fear anything out here, man. We don't fear the incredulity of these people. We don't fear the creatures that come out when shit hits the fan or anything like that. We don't fear of dying of famine or drought. We don't fear that, because we know that Yahweh is above all. He controls all. And once again, these other doctrines, they get a mindset of Trinity, and that's out of order. Because Trinity, there's no order in that. Who's above who? Who's above who in that Trinity? They all say it's the same thing. It's the same person, the same being. God is Jesus, and Jesus is the Holy Spirit.
Same man.
And you call bro, that doesn't make any sense. Because there's an order in the heavens. Yeah. Remember, it says Yahweh doesn't know men. Man, like the way the man walks their ways, is in foolishness in his eyes. know, and that's pursuant to second Corinthians, either 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians. It might be 2 Corinthians, chapter 2, you know, near the end.
The wisdom of this world.
Yeah.
Right. But unto every one of us is given grace according to the measure of the gift of Hamashiach Yahushua.
You know, for giving us brothers out here that, you know, our talent, the water Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because it's not of our actions. The water Yahweh Shem Yahushua for even giving it into our hearts to make action on said talent. You know, so that we can make use of it, so that we can enter in onto the grace which Yahweh Shai has established through his blood. No, well, barakatan to all you brothers out there, man. All your occupants. You know? For the constant edification and exhortation.
This is Ecclesiastes 20 and 32. Necessary patience in seeking Yahweh Yahushua is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide.
Damn! Oh, that's just hot. Yeah, that's hot, dude. Because a lot of people, they don't know what the meaning of life is, so they want to go find it. They want to go find it on their own terms.
And basically, the scripture's saying this is you want the meaning of life. This is the meaning of life.
It says the whole duty of man is to fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua and keep his commandments. How can you do that if you don't have the Bible? You don't have the scripture.
Another one. You want to seek eternal youth? It's right here. Yeah. It's true.
That's how you know. That's how you know what Yahushua was saying was true. He said, "All ye that follow me shall gain eternal life." Roughly paraphrasing. You know, because following Yahushua is you're gonna fulfill all the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, and everything. You're gonna finish the work as Yahushua finished the work. He beat death, bro. He beat it. You know, he beat it, man.
You hear a lot of stories like it's mostly Esau, but Esau is always about that. But people, you hear it from time to time because Jake repeated like the fountain of youth. This is the fountain of youth. The fountain, what the fountain produces? Water. This is life.
Out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. You know, and not just that, the bread is also a representation. You know. Yeah, and wisdom talks about that too. How come and eat of me, and they should still be hungry. Roughly paraphrasing, something like that. You know, I think that was two different verses. I think that was two verses, two different verses. One from Ecclesiastes, and one from I think it was somewhere in Isaiah. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. I mean, yeah, we're close up. It's Old Testament. Old Testament, because there's an Old Testament. It's in Isaiah. Let's say you that hunger now. Yeah. Luke 6 and 21. Oh no, let me start at 20. It says, and he lifted up his eyes on his disciples and said, blessed be ye poor, for yours is the kingdom of Yahweh. It says, blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from your company, and shall reproach you, and cast your name out as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Rejoice ye in that day, and leap for joy. For behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. But woe unto you that are rich, for you have received your consolation. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. Haven't we seen that? You know, woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. so do their fathers to the false prophets. But I say unto you, which hear and love your, I say unto you, which hear, love your enemies, do good to them which hate you. And that's how I saw when the apostles and elders were talking about the other doctrines. When a brother from another doctrine comes up to camp and listens and everything like that, the brothers are like, you know, they're treating him like a brother of the camp. You know? He said, I don't mind if that brother comes over again.
That's what we were talking about earlier. You know, these doctrines, we may seem like we hateful, but it's just mainly, you know, we rebuking that camp.
Yeah, it's called,
you know?
Approach.
You know, but see, it's one thing. It's no different than, you know,
those men are brutish men. The brutish men, they don't take heed to that approach, man.
it's like I got my sons here. You know, I rebuke them. You know, but they're still my sons. I'm not gonna say, like, you know, I hate you. I don't want to know about you. Get out of my house because you dropped that gallon of milk on the floor and I don't like it the way you dropped it, or so whatever.
I don't like the way you dropped it.
You know,
you dropped it on the side and not on the top.
Exactly. You know, if you didn't follow my instruction because I told you that pour that milk on the cereal and don't pour it on the plate with cereal, it doesn't make sense. You know, any silly thing. You know,
okay.
You know, any silly thing, but you get the point. You know.
All right, yeah. All right, we're gonna close up. All right. Imagine what Panya Hakurap. All right.
𝕐𝔸⍍𝕠𝕟𝕒𝕬𝕓𝕝𝕖.
All right. I want once again give double honors to Pastor Elders of Great Millstone. And shalom, shalom to all you brothers out there teaching truth and sincerity. All right. Shalom. And peace and blessings unto all you brothers, man. And Brakatam to you brothers on the comment board as well. All right. Y'all about to be out shop for Katam. All right. I'm gonna leave it up to my prayer. Shema Yasharallah. Yahweh Allah Hayinawa. Yahweh Achad. Baba. Shalom, 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 Aki. That was a very